I'm Beth with 50 Plus Beauty, and I'm so excited that you're here with me today to experiment with a new peachy makeup. This is the new Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette, and you know how much I love mattes, so I really like that aspect. The peach aspect I wasn't so sure about, but this is the makeup that I created with that palette, and I think it's a nice soft look that will be very good for fall. But first, if you're not a subscriber, I hope you'll subscribe and click that little bell. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. All that does is it signs you up to get notices of my future makeup and skincare videos. I'm 59 years old, and that's what I do here is makeup and skincare primarily. Well, let's get into trying out this new peachy look. Let me take off this makeup and we'll get started. Okay, let's get down to this, and I'm so excited to be using this new Just Peachy palette. It makes me a little bit nervous because I'm not used to these colors, but I think, hey, I'm almost 60, it's time to take a few risks. So here we go, it's only makeup. Okay, to start with, I'm going to be using this lightest color called Peach Meringue on the brow bone. This is almost a little yellowish color. Not even peach in this one. I'm going to go ahead and put a little of that same color in the inner corner. Kind of lighten up those blue marks. Now we're going to be blending Peaches and Cream, this little orangey shade down here, right into the crease, and a little bit in that back V. And really it goes on just like a peach transition color. Not bad at all. Not scary. As you can see, I have my orange on today to kind of match this orangey eye look. I feel pretty good when I can get things coordinated like that. It doesn't always happen. A little bit in that outer corner. You're kind of creating a halo for the brown that's coming up. Okay, very pretty. Now we're going to go in the outer V with a little bit of this peach tart color, which is a peachy brown. And that makes me feel a little bit secure, knowing we're going to go in with kind of a brown. Not going to overdo it here, because this is very pigmented shadow. Whoa, that is pigmented. Do the other side. Actually, it looks better on the second side, because it's less highly pigmented. Really tap off that brush. And we're going to go a little up, go a little bit up, pull it out into that upper crease area, and then just go lightly over it to the inner corner, over those fat pads. Now I think we're just going to go in and blend that a little bit. Just blend up the top. Now I feel like the brown needs to come a little bit higher, so I'm going to go in just with very little product on there. And just get a little bit in that area right there. Just a little bit. Just a little bit on this side too. Almost no product. Okay, we've got the peachy brown. Put the Peaches and Cream up there again. Little halo of the Peaches and Cream. Fade into that brow bone area. And really with this you're almost blending out that brown too. Double duty. Now to coordinate the upper lid with the lower lash line, I'm going to be using the Sigma E21 smudge brush, and I'm going to be going in with that little brown color again. It's very pigmented, so it's a little bit scary. Oh, this is a nice brush. This is a new one for me. As you know, I usually use the e.l.f. concealer brush. Getting a little Uptown Omaha here. I think that's a prettier line than the e.l.f. brush gives me. It's a little more diffused, which is nice. Sometimes I think the e.l.f. brush is so dense that it goes in a little too harshly. Do the other side. And I didn't come all the way in with that brown color. I'm going to add a little peach on top of it. I'm going to be very daring now, and I'm going to be going in with the peaches color, the peach punch, underneath the lashes. As you can tell, it just gives it a little bit of a peachy look. There we go. We have some peach under the lower lashes. I'm going to be very daring, and I'm going to add a little bit of that intense peach color as a halo on top of the upper lid work. Just very faintly. Let's blend that down. My grandmother always said, do happy eyes. Now to lighten up the inner part of the lid, I'm going to be going in with this peach butter. Peach butter. Never heard of that. Maybe you have to be a farm girl to have heard of peach butter. I do have a friend at work who made me jam, which is amazing. His name is Jim, and he's the most giving person ever. He brings all of us 8 women jam that he and his wife make. Actually, it's preserves, I guess. They are fantastic. He makes a peach jam, a strawberry jam, and a hot peach jam. And the hot peach is really good. I think it has jalapenos in it, which is very strange. Don't you just love those super giving people? I don't see how they do it. I have another wonderful man who used to be the janitor in our building, and once a year he brings us peach cobbler. You know, come to think of it, peaches kind of mean love in my life, I guess. Now they mean orange eyeshadow. You know, when you think about it, we all have a lot of love in our life. And sometimes it's easy to forget that. But it is really amazing, the wonderful people that we have in life. And sometimes you hear news stories, like in the Houston story, about people who, instead of just, going to safety, they rescued many, many, many people. They were in boats going from roof to roof, getting people. And that's just amazing. And sometimes you tend to think that everything is so negative out there, but you forget that there's a ton of unsung heroes that we never hear anything about. The peaches of the world. Aren't you just peachy? Okay, I better leave well enough alone. Now off camera, I'm going to be going ahead and applying eyeliner. This is the Too Faced sketch marker in brown. Then I'm going to be applying mascara, and this is the Lancome Mr. Big in black. I have the mascara and the eyeliner on. I really like using the brown eyeliner with the peachy look because I think it's softer. But I did forget one thing, and that is to lighten up the eyes by lightening the lower waterline. And I'm going to be going in with this Milani Shadow Eyes in Almond Cream. It's a really easy one. We'll see if we can do it with mascara. Try to avoid the lashes. That's one thing about doing this lower waterline. Sometimes I get it on the lashes, which does not look good. There you go. You can see that kind of opens up the eye. It brings up the lightness that we have on top down to the bottom. Other eye. Okay, the eyes are done. Now we're going to go in for some blush, and I'm going to stay very neutral here, ladies, which is kind of tough for me because you know I love fuchsia, but I can't do that with orange eyes. And this is the Revolution Makeup Palette blush. It's very reasonable in price. And let's go in at first with these really neutral colors right up here, and we'll see how they look. I kind of experimented with this last night, and I went in with that more peachy color, and it looked a little too bright. Oh, that's nice and neutral. I like that. Other side. There's nothing like blush to wake up your face. I love blush. It's probably my favorite thing. Now, ladies, I'm going to be daring here and go in with a little bit of bronzer, which is always scary with me because I do tend to wear chocolate bars underneath my cheeks. And I'm using this Smashbox bronzer palette, and I'm going to go in with this second shade, which is kind of a light neutral shade. And this is just a little Sephora brush. I'll put the information down below. Okay, no chocolate bars, ladies. Hershey's doesn't get me today. Put a little under the chin. Get rid of that little bit of a sagginess there. Now, we're going to go in on the forehead just a little bit by the hairline. Now I'm going to use a little bit of the highlighter shade in my Frankenstein divots. I'm going to bring those out a little bit. And I'll take it down my nose, just for a little bit of brightness. A little bit on the upper lip. make those lips pop. I can't see it, it's an invisible pop. Well, I'm going to be going in with kind of peachy lips on this, a little lighter than I normally do. And I'm going to be going in with this Laritzy pencil in Bear. Go across the cupid's bow there. Go a little bit outside of the lip line. On the bottom. We'll go a little further. Now I'm going to be going in with this Rimmel Kate lipstick in number 47. Doesn't have a color name that I know of. So that's a good little orangey color. Now to give it a little bit of pop in the middle, I'm going to be going over just the middle with this Revlon gloss in Foiled. And I really like this one for the lighter lipsticks. Just gives it a little bit of shine right there in the middle, makes the lips pop a little more. Well, that's it for my peachy eyeshadow look. I really like it. I'm very, very surprised. A lot of the younger girls make it look totally orange, but I think this is more of a soft peachy brown look, and I really like this. And I think going in for fall, it could be a really good option. If you're not a subscriber, I hope you're subscribed and click the little bell. That just gives you notification of my future videos. Now, I always like to leave you with a little thought for the day, and I've been using this card deck, The Language of Letting Go by Melody Beatty, and I think she wrote a book on codependency no more. I think that's what it was called, and it was a great book. Oh my, if you tend to get involved in other people's lives a little too much, like maybe your kids or your spouse, that book is really a wonderful book. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Letting go of being right. Letting go of being right. Man, this is a good card for me. I'm having kind of a conflict at work, and I feel like I'm right about something. In fact, I know I'm right about something, but let's see what the card has to say. Today, I will realize that being myself and letting others be themselves is far more important than being right. Whew. Value and worth are not dependent on being right, and I'm striving for love in my relationships, not superiority. I won't hide behind being right, but will just let myself be who I am. Oh my, this is such a good card. In that particular conflict at work, I just absolutely know I'm right. But you know, when I think about it, it doesn't matter that I'm right. Ladies, I guess this card reminds us that at the end of life, these little conflicts that we have really won't matter all that much. There are some things that are worth fighting for, but most others really aren't, and we can just let it go. And sometimes when we're in the middle of a conflict, we can realize how insignificant it really is. We can let it go and have a conflict-free second half, or at least as conflict-free as possible, because we are all human and it's progress, not perfection. Take care. See you next time.